So here we go again. Yes, that looks alright. So yes, you're all probably thinking, why would you do so many bloody hours footage, fuck knows how much I'm going to edit out, for this one game? You're probably thinking, what lazy bastard saves you trying to load or even think of other games to use on the real hardware. No sir, you are incorrect there. Manic Miner is my favourite platform game of all time, and I can justify that with, to myself, because of the way it's designed. It's got nothing to do with aesthetics, although they're fine for the era. I think one of my cats is, how did I put it, in heat. Does that mean they're in that shit magazine? Who knows, mate. That magazine may not necessarily be shit, it's only shit for me personally. For everyone else, might be absolutely fantastic. There are alternatives, however, possibly. But yes, Manic Miner is my favourite platform game of all time. Always will be. That will never change. But I don't like platform games anymore. Very rare that I would play them. In fact, I don't even like 3D platform games. But so basically, that's probably because they got further and further away from the purity of Manic Miner. Manic Miner is an ultimate, race bred, honed to the final physically possible in this universe, break horsepower from an engine without making other improvements, just improve this existing design. And that's what Manic Miner is. Before this, it was like, yeah, this Ford Granada V6, not bad, isn't it? It's got more poke than the 2 litre. Yeah, that's fine, mate, until you bought a 323i BMW in 1982. That was one of the sweetest engines. Can't even find 6 cylinders except at the very top of the range now at BMW. It's all turbocharged up the yin yang 4-cylinder, isn't it? Well, excuse me. If that's what I wanted, then I would have got an RS Turbo and not a 325i. Sorry BMW, you've just got that way wrong. So there's an analogy for you, and that's why Manic Miner is actually, for me, the best. I'm playing it on real hardware. I'm actually playing it on a Trinitron, which I would have played, not when I first got it. But that TV probably didn't last long with all the Manic Miner and other games I played constantly on it. I probably left the TV on. It's a bad habit I have now. Never mind not putting it in standby and switching it off at the plug. I just leave TVs on. Fuck it. You charge me, I'll pay for it. That's how it works. So, yeah, basically, I thought I would play this. I always said to myself I would play this. I did say I'd probably finish the house first, but fuck it, what's better? Doing fucking dirty DIY, major DIY jobs, major amateur DIY jobs. If you're a professional, you probably have it all done in like months. So, or play Manic Miner with a zipstick joystick. Actually, I don't think I've shown anyone what a zipstick joystick is, so yes, get that horrible music out of the way. There you go, that's a zipstick. Better not go out of focus now, bloody thing. That's what I'm worried about. I checked my footage for Stampede. the second video I had done of Stampede, going on and on about, oh, it's blurry, oh, you know, but I put something in front of the camera, maybe even just my hand, and the focus went and it never came back. So no one's actually seen why I like Stampede graphically. Not at all. So never mind. These are bootlegs. You can't argue with that. I'm totally honest there. And I'm a bootlegger. Just like Jerry Seinfeld in that particular episode. Obviously I'm a legal bootlegger, which is, nothing happened to George when he was caught bootlegging by the police. That's a bit funny. Someone was talking about VCDs the other day. I remember my mate had loads of VCDs. This is like a decade after Manic Miner, decade and a half probably. But yeah, don't really see them even for sale. VCD players also had karaoke built in. For some strange reason they all had like microphones, twin microphone inputs with separate volume controls as well, on something that looked like a cheap, £40 DVD player. But he had loads of films for it. He loved it for some reason. I suppose DVD was just about released when he had 100 VCDs. But he had bootleg ones. These are not like Philips CDI movies copied on a CD recorder and fucking some badly photocopied colour inserts in a plastic sleeve. That's how they sold most of them. I don't think I've seen bootleg VCDs sold in any other way. VHS tapes were sometimes literally just an unlabelled tape. You might have a numbering on it in like some weird pen that you can just about read, like a dark red marker. Definitely edit that bit out. So I go with orange juice now, but it's actually some top of the line orange juice. About £2.50 for a 1 litre glass bottle, might be less than 1 litre. And it says on the front 100% squeezed oranges or something, no, 100% squashed oranges. It's rock something, that's the name of the thing. They do other flavours. There used to be a cherry one as well. I don't know if they did that, but they don't sell that anymore. That was my favourite. 100% like squashed cherry juice kind of thing. Not the stuff you get in the cartons that goes off though. And you mix it with water. And obviously as a kid I used to have orange juice, but it don't really taste like orange juice. But it does taste like real oranges. But more like kind of like watered down marmalade. That's what it kind of is. So they should just call it marmalade squash. And then people who buy it are gonna like it, and it will get a cult following because it's different. See, that's the trouble with marketing today. There's no fucking effort. Like, when was the last time you saw an advert for tyres as good as the Dunlop ones with the black BMW 850 and all the weirdness going on? Exactly. I'm not playing now, but you can kid yourself that you're playing it for a few seconds. Yeah, I made it to this level. See, I could do footage like this. So you could do all these kind of weird things and like that, and just edit the video together.